Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back to session 81 of Shadows of Sorcery. We are joined this evening by my mighty players who stand with everything to gain and everything to lose. A dragonborn who's about to make a deal with a god. It's Darren Moran, as played by Lying. A prodigious Maximus who knows nothing of what is about to happen. It's Elfie Oakwood. And a man too sensible for it all. It is Ingvar Svan, as played by Lydia. We are currently missing 2 players today. Hopefully we will be joined by the librarian, Zarian Arcus, at some point soon, and I have no idea where our resident scarecrow has run off to. But we shall see. Who wants to do the recap? I know it's been a little while. Very well, I'll do it myself. So, last we left off, our party of intrepid adventurers wandered the streets of Matina after arranging a million little things to prepare themselves for the journeys ahead. They wandered into the library. They found some information regarding the manner in which Edric Vox had infected the goddess of magic. And they found an interesting figure hiding alone on a desert island who gave them information about how they could defeat him. Then they returned to Matina, where they met up with their resident persuasive rogue. Still makes me scratch my head about that one. Who decided they wanted to continue their transformation, and as such requisitioned the assistance of a old friend. But said old friend was unable to provide that assistance because the magnitude of power required to complete the transformation is far beyond that of mortal ken. So, our resident Dragonborn has turned to a god, and we shall see how that plays. So, with that being said, before we begin this, Darren, what are you thinking as you kneel in front of this massive anvil that consists of the altar of Invict and put your thoughts into prayer?
If this doesn't work, we're probably all going to die.
Well,
That
shit.
is certainly one way to put it.
First
Okay.
us, then the rest of the universe.
No pressure then.
Yeah.
No pressure. All right. Very well, then. I need you, immediately starting this, to roll me a religion check.
Okay. Just as soon as Tailspire opens it.
I'm still waiting on GM, apparently.
Oh, that's who you.
Well, you do have access to the
There we
symbiote,
go.
correct?
Okay. That I do. Religion. Well, it's not my best. It's only a +6.
Only.
Yeah. But crucially, I can't actually, I can't always get a 10 on that.
Ah.
Nor can I see what I just rolled, so... See T12s. There we go, T20. Right. +6. Let's see. Oh, that is only an 18.
Fair enough.
That is 24 total.
24 total. All right. So, you enter this sort of massive forge in Matina. The temples to Invicт have a tendency to be both aesthetically industrial and intentionally practical. You see giant vats of metal moving around, the foundry in operation, as you take your place at the anvil. And you pray. And as you pray, existence flashes through your mind. A flurry of thought and images, the ideas that you want to become reality, as the sound of thumping hammers and heavy machinery around you filters through your ears. Clang! 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 Shut your eyes to the world around you, but the noise keeps on going. Clang! 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 And then you realize... Hold on. The sounds are there. They're still there, but where they were before, coming from all around you as the machines of the workshop worked, now they are focused solely in front of you. There's all this sound of metal hitting metal and quenching steam rises. Open your eye. And I will summon you all to this particular board.
Apparently,
I'm an anvil.
I was going to say, apparently we're the anvil.
Everyone else is going to be the anvil, yes. Darren is there, though. Now.
Okay. Time to play the hammer and the anvil song.
Yeah, just don't try to move the anvil, because that will entirely ruin the visual aesthetic of this place.
Hands off the game, then.
Selfie game?
So,
No, apparently not.
Elfie, why are you not in the game?
It just said I had a connection issue and then it booted me out.
Oh, I see.
You're missing me talking to a god.
I
Oh,
am
no.
summoning you to the board.
Come on.
Are you still downloading the games?
All those games you just bought on the summer sale or whatever it is.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not as of 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, no, I can tell because your microphone started working properly.
I'm sorry, but I heard that as downloading the gaze.
Little bit.
Are you still downloading the gays? Yes.
You try again.
Do you know how much bandwidth it takes to get my buttocks down an internet connection?
You need at least a 10 gig.
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware that my voice was weird due to unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, you were roboting.
Look, I just want to download all of the Resident Evil games, alright?
You can do that
That's a lot of
after
Resident.
the stream.
Okay.
I know,
Can you
just
try
get a
and
gig
add me to the
internet.
board again.
Adding you to the board?
Add me to the adventure. Add me.
Uh,
Bring me to life.
Wake you up inside.
Save me!
Oh,
Wait,
God.
what exactly are you having trouble doing right now?
It just says waiting for the adventure to begin, and I can't do shit.
Okay,
As your
maybe
game crashed.
try restarting the game. Yeah, at that point, because I'm summoning you to the board and nothing is happening.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
Okay,
I
I'll
will
be
share
right
my
back.
drinks.
Oh, I thought somebody. Oh no. What? Eh? Oh, is that so Prod can. Well,
Yeah.
Elfie can say.
Sorry, technical issues.
My man. On an absolutely unrelated note, I love how this bat avatar looks on stream.
Very cute.
I crave this.
Oh,
Hmm.
work.
Anvil.
Anvil. You are Anvil?
I am Anvil!
Hey,
You are
Thank you.
Anvil.
Well done,
Hey. Okay.
Which ironically means
Hi,
oh,
Gil.
it's less hard. Instead of the rock hard.
I'm just...
You know what I mean?
what a sentence for Kelly.
What a... Which ironically means prod is less hard. Oh.
Yeah,
What
sounds
I
about right.
mean.
Beautiful. Okay. Right. As you look up, Darren, into the face of a god you have seen before, as he labors over an anvil far larger than the one that you know you are actually sitting at and praying. Sparks, as his hammer crashes into the white-hot metal on the anvil, spray up, and in each one you see a moment of infinity. As you look up, realize that this place is glowing with heat, not just from the anvils themselves, but from the massive walls of solar flame that encompass this place. The twin suns of your world, and you are standing right between. And the heat is searing. As Invicт looks down at you over the anvil. Here. What do you want, small one?
As I believe I said at the end of last session, Invicts, I've come to bargain.
You come to bargain with a god. You must think yourself very courageous. Most who wish this are either extremely prideful or extremely stupid.
Shall we drop pretenses for a moment?
By all means.
You're a god, I'm a mortal. I get it, you could probably strike me down with a lightning bolt before I even blink. But the last time we met, I was instinctually subservient to you, and you decided that that wasn't necessary. So I'm going to take a wild stab and suggest that you see me as a little bit more than just a common mortal. I am not so proud as to suggest that we're equals.
Are common. But that does not mean that you are not all special, your own interesting, unique ways. I would not have you subservient to me through a flaw in your engineering. I would have you subservient to me of your own choice.
We're dropping pretenses, so I'm going to tell you up front that that's never going to happen. My life and my attachments are my choosing.
Perhaps. That entirely depends on the deal you wish to propose.
I'm willing to bet that you're fairly big on self-determination yourself. You're the god of invention, as I understand it. That speaks to creativity, that speaks to passion, that speaks to not settling with things simply as they are. Your entire domain is self-determination.
Perhaps.
Then I'm here to request assistance with keeping you alive.
Keeping me alive? Where in the world could you have gotten such an interesting thought?
Edric Vox and the Wandering Library.
What of it?
Callist.
Yes, I'm aware that my sister has been possessed of some irritating little entity. It means little to me. But you're not here to bargain for my existence. Or here to bargain for yours and that of your world. Tell me, child, what do you know of gods?
I confess you're not exactly my area of expertise.
Then I shall give you an inkling. We gods exist on a realm higher understanding. Mortality is fleeting. We do not, strictly speaking, care for your various species. But, one, the age of myth and legend. The gods were, to a greater or lesser extent. So we maintain a soft spot. We gods do not always see eye to eye situation. And Callist's current problem is her own doing. And she has requested that I not interfere. However, depending on what you ask of me, I may be able to move something unexpected.
I definitely have something of value to you, but right now, Callist is the only god threatened by Edric Vox. He has been draining the entire world's magic along the ley lines for hundreds of years, and they are beginning to deplete at the edges. Which puts him somewhat at least on the level of Callist herself in terms of power, and tomorrow we set out on a journey to hopefully end him. But we've never taken anything nearly this size. And there is a fairly strong chance he will kill us. And if he kills us, there won't be anyone left to stop him, and he will not stop at Callist.
If he kills you, Callist may die. But being a god, living for millennia, it is a tiring experience. Some would not be so opposed to seeing lack of that, no matter how that happened.
Would you be among those who'd be so happy for Vox to choose your fate? The god of
Any
self-determination.
mortal who strives for extraordinary power, enough to rival the god, will not be a pleasant person. A god's death is never a pretty thing.
Okay, let's look at the facts then. I believe it is not dishonest to say, among, if not the foremost authority on transmutation magic on the continent.
On this continent, yes.
I have achieved things others have literally described as impossible, and I am among the few in my entire species who hold a reasonably full knowledge of our creation. My intention is to bring resculpting to the entire dwarven race. This would be the single largest act of creation since before the Sundering.
You see
When my race was
yourself
made.
as a godling.
No,
Such ambition.
I don't think of myself as a god. I'm just the person with the capacity at the right time.
Ambition, nevertheless.
I'll grant you that much. If I face Edric Vox as I am now, there is an extremely high chance I will never get to do any of that.
You have yet to appeal to me that makes me want to assist you.
If resculpting becomes mainstream in dwarven society, invention will be commonplace. Every dwarf will be able to invent themselves. Every last one of us. Would that not feed your domain?
A drop in an ocean. You seem to be fixated on the idea that I am simply a god of singular aspects. Mortals are always so narrow. I am the god of invention, to so. But I am also the god of trickery. I am the god of mechanisms and of knowledge. I am am the god of interlocking pathways and systems that go beyond the 4 dimensions that make up your small. But there is some truth, say. The explosion of invention carries with it a wave of knowledge that may bolster. Not as much as you seem to think, but is there?
What I need at this time is a singular, very large and powerful volume of magical energy. The ley lines no longer have it. I could accrue it, certainly. It is not beyond my power to attain that much, but it would take time. And we leave for Vox tomorrow. That is all I ask of you, is what would seem to be a token of your power. At most.
You ask for something that in the old days we refuse. Soul transference.
I ask for whatever may do the job. Nothing more. I ask
And
for your
what-
assistance in becoming that which you've made so many of in the past.
Roll me an insight check.
Oh boy, I'm not good at those. I stand corrected. I can not get below 16. Yippee. 16.
Okay.
But
So, as you watch, as you say the words that which you've made so many of, you're taking in this figure of a god, you start to notice a few different things. First is that for a god, Invicт is very battered. He has a artificial eye. He has several fingers that are made of metal. He has an entire leg that is prosthetic. You look at his wings and you realize that the reason that the wings glow in such a bronze and copper array is because a good half of the feathers in his wings are made of metal, are artificial. As you say that of which you've made so many of before, you see a small gleam of gold as a crack appears just for an instant in his shoulder. And you realize substance to make something else does require tremendous power, and gods may have a lot of it, and even a single feather from Invict's wing could probably be enough. But Invicт is missing a lot of feathers. More than you think he should be.
I'm just wait for him to respond to that.
Convict considers you. Gaze on. I can grant you see. But it comes at a price. And it is not for others to pay it. It is for you, and you alone.
I have never sought anything else.
Well, in that case, I will forge you a ring we wore on your attempt against Edric. I will not lend you the power you so crave. Not now. But the power that Edric Vox is pulling can be unwound, spindle thread, and pulled into you to cause the transformation. All I ask for your knowledge of transmutation, knowledge to be, and not, I should stress, that knowledge.
That knowledge took me a lifetime to accrue.
Indeed. Wish to bargain. The cost shall not be spread among future generations. The cost shall be personal, for you and only you have something else to offer.
What is the lifespan of a single dwarf to a dragon? Deal.
He brings his hammer down. Thunder rumbles throughout this space. On the anvil, metal forms, begins to take shape, glows silvery and blue. He picks up a single circlet, drops it in a bucket next to him. Here, as it sizzles, he plunges a hand in by his two metal fingers, pulls out a ring, grabs a large stamping tool, puts the ring over the end of the anvil, and hammers it down. Picks it up. You understand. Once this deal is complete, there is no going back.
You know everything about me. Have you ever seen me go back?
Without saying anything, he flips the ring. I would like you to roll me an athletics check to catch
Seriously?
the ring. No, God, no, I'm not gonna make you do that.
You said no jokes today. You said no jokes.
Look, it's April Fool's. Let me have some fun. Specifically with you, and only you. Right. You
Rolling over your toes the next time you get
catch
up.
the ring. As you do, you feel a searing pain in your palm as you catch it, as this ring that has only just been quenched is still incredibly hot in your arm. You yell, open your eyes, and you're back in the forge. There is no ring in your hand, but as you look, a scar of white in a circle on your palm. This is
That was uncalled for.
hey. What do you do now?
They never make things easy, do they? Right. I will return to the warehouse.
Hmm?
Where everyone else is.
Okay. As you get back to the warehouse, what is everybody else doing at this moment in time?
Rod's having a nap.
Okay.
Probably taking care of Kazuma.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon maintenance.
Dragon maintenance. Hickory?
I mean, probably just waiting around.
Okay. You get back to the warehouse. Prod is slumbering in a corner. Ingvar is scrubbing, or, well, scrubbing would be the wrong word, but giving Kazma very thorough belly rubs.
Okay. He does like his belly rubs.
You push open the doors of the warehouse. You wince a little as the wood impacts on this welt that's now on your arm. Have made a deal with God. How do you feel, Darren?
I feel like I got screwed over.
You had the opportunity to offer something else.
I don't have anything else to offer. But I learned how to do this once in 50 years. Dragon lifespans, 50 years is nothing. So I can
Depends
learn.
on whether you survive.
Yeah, which I feel like that deal did nothing to secure.
Oh dear. Well, Ingvar kind of looks up as he hears the door creak. Looks over and goes, "Hey, you okay? You're looking a little pale."
Business deal went slightly not to plan, but hopefully that pays off eventually. I don't think we're getting this to happen tonight, so best everybody rest up.
By the looks of it, I think you need some rest. Get some rest. Let her not inform. What's the word I'm looking for? Let us know what happened in the morning when you're feeling a little bit better.
Yeah.
Indulge us. That's the word I was looking for. You know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Indulge, inform.
Lydia,
Hi.
those arrows of yours are probably ready by now.
Ooh.
You wander back through the bazaar, picking up the various components to those arrows, which I believe were a set of duck feather fletchings, the arrowheads that you already have, and some wooden arrow
Mahogany shaft.
Mahogany
Mahogany
shafts.
ones.
Yes. Would you like to take a portion of the evening to assemble these?
No, absolutely.
Okay. Remind me how many... Actually, I can just look this up. Give me a second.
20.
20?
You're wondering how many arrows?
Yeah, I was wondering how many arrowheads you had.
20.
Okay. So you can make 20 arrowheads. That's 20 arrows. That's not going to be a problem. I would like you to roll me an Arcana check to see how quickly you can get all this done.
Jesus, that's what he's not done much of. Yeet. Well, that went in the middle. That's a 12.
12. Okay. Okay.
Intelligence is not really strong.
It takes you about 4 hours to make 20 arrowheads. Or 20 arrows, should I say. These are known as Titan Obsidian arrows. I will give you some basic information. Because of the mahogany shaft, get an additional bit of damage. So the total damage from each arrow is 2d10 plus 4 piercing. So plus
4 PS.
So the plus 4 is from the mahogany shafts. And each arrow does an additional 2d6 elemental damage of your choosing.
Ooh. I like that.
So, yeah.
I'm just jotting this down as I'm going.
Mm-hmm. And you have 20
I like that.
of those.
Nice. Yeah. And then I'll take all the bits out of the thing. He's very pleased with his work. It might have taken a bit longer than he thought, but they've come out real nice.
Mm-hmm. You do go to bed a little bit later than everybody else, but that's fine. You can manage.
He's worked on less.
Mm-hmm. Hickory,
Yes.
how are you feeling right now?
I mean,
I'm out of
I'll
the
be
feathers,
honest,
whoops.
I can't remember what happened last time. So
We talked to a woman in the woods, essentially.
well, that's right. Okay. I think, and we're currently on the way to, hopefully defeat Edric Vox, right? Potentially. I think Hickory he thinks this is the right move to make, but he's also kind of thinking to himself and undecided because he still remembers the people in the town we were before that were under control. And the fact that we haven't returned there or done anything about that is still kind of weighing on him quite a bit. But he isn't really ready to say anything because he realizes this is probably a bigger issue.
Well, it's entirely up to you guys. I mean, weighing... Okay, I'm gonna weigh in as the game master here. The Edric Vox situation has been brewing for over 800 years. What's a couple more days?
See, if I found that, I wouldn't have had to go make a deal with a god.
You guys keep rushing into things. I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but I am going to give you, like, little bits and pieces of information. Like, the Edric Vox situation has been brewing for 800 years. A couple more days... Like, what's the difference, really? Whereas the situation over in Thistledown, that's actively affecting mortal lives right now, but also, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very small piece.
Right.
Now, I will say... The final contract holder for the Asmodeus contract that the librarian is bound into is in Thistledown. That's a big portion of, like, that whole west line, I suppose. But you are not obliged to follow it. I can't tell you what to do, and the librarian is not here right now, despite saying that he would be. So there's not much I can do to assist with that. I can't get into Zarian's thoughts, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. Oh,
Best.
Well, I think that's still Hickory's kind of, like, thought process. I don't think and I personally, just as a player, wouldn't feel comfortable bringing it up unless, like, we had the input of, Zarian's character as well about it, instead of just kind of, like, plowing through. So I think he'll kind of just be ruminating on it a little bit. Otherwise, he's fine to just follow what everyone else is doing right now.
Okay. Prod.
Yes.
How's Prod feeling right now?
He's napping because he doesn't want to cry. He's sad about Callist.
No.
He's unsure what's going on, and I think he's wallowing in his own pity a little bit. I think that's about that.
Okay. Fair enough.
I assume everyone's tried to comfort Prod, but Prod's just too depressed to be comforted right now.
Prod started writing poetry about Callist again.
Oh no.
But he can't really read or write very well, so he's trying his best. He's mostly counting syllables on his fingers.
Okay. So, you all take a rest. We're all back to full.
Way.
And the next morning rolls around as you all gather in the inn's little kitchen, well, dining room, technically. Guys, yeah. All traipse down. Prod is in a bit of a mood. Hickory is quiet. Ingvar is happy.
Would you
apparently.
say Callist is 1 or 2 syllables?
Who?
My god, Would you say Callist is 1 or 2 syllables? Because I think it depends on how fast you say it.
Do poems usually have a tempo?
Haikus do.
What is a haiku?
We probably know what haiku is.
Rod's a theatre
I don't know,
nerd,
man.
he'd know.
Or perhaps a ballad. Maybe I should take up the lute.
I think I'm just a bit done with gods for the time being.
How's your hand?
Seared by holy fires, basically, as near as I can tell.
Are you going to tell me what happened there?
The last card I thought I had to play to make that work last night was getting a loan from Invict.
Right.
And Invict decided that actually the best thing that they could do for me would be to steal all of my knowledge on how to do the thing and then just give it to me once we kill Fox.
You still
Seems
have
like
the
a thing,
knowledge
yeah.
right now.
Still have the knowledge right now, yes.
Did you write it down?
That would take months.
I mean, I know your hands hurt, but I could write it for you.
It took me 50 years to learn all that, Rod. It's... I don't think I can just write it down.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh. Sorry.
Besides,
The
if we don't kill
barmaid
Vox,
just
it's
handed
entirely
me a
pointless
really
anyways.
hot cup of tea. My love. I think you keep trying to give bits of yourself away. I remember when we met you for the first time, you traded something with a deity in a
I'm not sure that was a
bathtub.
deity, but it was certainly an odd thing,
It was a weird creature in a bathtub. And yeah, they traded a name. And now you're trading your mind and bits of your knowledge.
I had no use for that name long before you met me.
Oh. I know. Trust me, I know, but like...
And if the world ends, I will have no need of that knowledge either.
I think what Prod's trying to say is you keep giving bits of yourself away and there's going to be nothing left at the end.
I wouldn't have said it was one of my better bargains.
No.
We kind of need you at least in somewhat of one piece. You know?
Should we try and go kill this fucking assassin guy?
I think this bargain will only come to you once we kill Vox anyways, so for the time being, you have me in my entirety.
Yippee! I give you a squishy hug.
You feel the extremely hard metal plates of Prod's armor press into you.
Mind the wings! Mind the wings!
It's like a chicken. If you hold in the wings, they calm down.
Oh dear. Ingvar doesn't join them, but just
with my tail.
he just kind of pats Darren on the shoulder in some sort of comforting mode. He doesn't want to join those. He doesn't want to get squished as well.
Hi, Zarian.
Hello.
You are slightly late.
Yes.
Traffic.
Where's the child?
What?
I heard a cat. Where's the baby?
Oh, yeah,
Hello,
sorry,
show us
yeah.
the
One
baby!
camera,
I wish to see the baby.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Wonderful radio.
Cat FM.
I can take a picture of her and then I'll
Thank you.
put it in the chat.
This is
Very
all that I
important.
need. Emergency. Where is the baby?
Emergency cat needed.
I do have a
Zarion,
need
you
for an
missed me
emergency cat.
sounding like a robot because I decided to download all Resident Evil games during the middle of stream.
Oh. Why all of them at once?
That was a
Steam
deal
sale.
bundle on Steam.
If we're done trying to asphyxiate me, you said something
One more
about
second.
assassin. You said something about an assassin.
Yeah, that guy who's like fucking up the town with drug shit. Didn't we ask someone to try and find an antidote? Did we find an antidote?
Did no one go to check on the gnome?
No one's been to check on the gnome, no.
Can I go and
Never
check on the
checks
gnome? Let's go check on the gnome!
Okay.
I'm afraid there's no way.
God,
This party is ADHD incarnate.
Look, babes, you're friends with only neurodivergent people.
I'm aware! I'm so aware!
Hold up, how can I make this about trains and their various signaling systems?
Ugh.
I know I got
That's
sent
so
down a
sexy.
nuclear rabbit hole earlier.
Oh yeah, we did go down a nuclear rabbit hole earlier. Okay. So, you all head out to the apothecary shop. You trundle along down a little alleyway to this little shop front, a little bit dusty. Apothecary sign hanging outside. Open it up. Head in. The apothecary, this very old gnome, sitting behind his like big worktop, looks over at you all and goes, good. I'm glad to see you all. Come in. That substance you brought me. And he sort of holds up a little vial of this greenish white powder. This, very powerful indeed. I have a detoxicant, but it is a little bit dangerous. This substance, essentially, we talked about this when you were here last. It essentially, it pulls all the nutrients out of the body to sustain the massive amount of strength that body then generates. And after that, it kind of starts a self-sustaining cycle. You need it to survive, but you can't stop using it, because if you stop using it, then you die. But if you don't stop using it, then it kind of just starts stripping away even more parts of you until eventually there's nothing left. It's kind of grim.
Yeah. Oof.
Yes. This, and he holds up a small blue vial with this, like, bluish liquid inside. This is a detoxicant. But you are going to have to... You're going to need a little bit of magic.
Oh, joy.
I got magic fingers, baby!
The problem that we are presented is if we attempt to detoxify a person who is using this drug, they will die. Straight up. They will die of malnourishment, basically. Their muscles will atrophy, their bones will shatter. It's not pretty. Very not pretty. This will work, but you need to find a way to keep someone alive while it's detoxifying their system, and then feed them immediately. Because otherwise they will just break and snap like if you took a stick and you snapped it, that's what you could do to their spine with my hands. And I'm not that strong. It's just crack, It's unpleasant.
I get you, boo.
It's like a glow stick. Snap.
It's how everyone is to me most of the time. It's just the unfortunate side effect of being this fucking hench.
Yes. Anyway, I can produce maybe 15 vials of this stuff. One vial is enough for 2 people.
So 30 doses total.
And if we were to... How is it administered? Is it injection or drinking or...
Orally would be a method that you could use, yes. Suppositorily is also an option. Probably not a good one.
What about aerosolized?
That would go to the lungs. You don't want this stuff in the lungs.
Okay.
This stuff needs to go to the stomach.
So if someone, God forbid, drank a small amount of that particular detoxicant, then didn't get any healing, how long before they stop, drop, and die?
Let me quickly roll. Check.
For no nefarious reasons. For absolutely no nefarious reasons, guy.
Anywhere between a day and 30 minutes.
Real specific. Great. Cool. Cool.
If this detoxicant was mixed with food, would it still keep its effect?
Yes, but you would need to make sure that they ate the whole bowl.
I guess if you add the detoxicant to food, that is sort of trying to put more nourishment in the body.
I don't know if I'm qualified to speak on this matter.
I think any of us
He's just
qualified,
putting
apart
a
from you,
big
but-
powdered wig on. Well, it's time to open or reopen Mrs. Miggin's pie shop.
Oh, Christ.
I'm injecting that into the cannon.
Mrs.
Like a
Miggins
harpoon
lives
into
in
a whale.
Thistledown. Sure. That makes sense.
Aw.
Like, also, Mrs. Miggin was a warlock. It tracks.
Okay, my medicine is literally +1, so I
think my medicine's quite high.
I have nothing to give here.
No, it's not. My medicine is 0. Why did I
I
think I had
have a
medicine?
+2 to medicine.
Probably
It's
not
wisdom.
our main healer.
No, I don't think
Funnily
I have
enough,
any
no.
healing spells.
You have lay on hands, for God's sake.
Oh, I have
That's
lay on
not a
hands. but I
spell.
don't have any healing spells.
You're a paladin.
Yeah, but I'm a
Hickory
paladin
has
who's
some.
focused on his abs.
Oh yeah, Hickory has light healing stuff because they're a druid. I don't know what circle they are though, actually, if
That's
I
not my
remember.
problem. I'm just vibing. I'm in the fit art.
I need to look that up because I don't remember how to do that. It's something. It's certainly some circle. That's for sure.
It's one of those geometric shapes.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got spells. I have +3 in medicine, but that's a whole bunch.
Does anyone have better than +3? Probably
I-
Invar, if I had to take a guess.
Maybe.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a +3 in medicine.
So, if we're talking about this mechanically, I'm assuming when someone takes the antioxidant, not antioxidant,
The
Detoxicant.
Detoxicant.
Oh, this is not going to do well for my dyslexia. So when someone takes that, the thing that is using their body's nutrients to make them strong goes away, but their body is really like deficient of all nutrient because of the thing that was taking away the stuff.
It basically
need
goes
to
into
be-
shutdown. Yeah.
The body goes into shutdown because they need more nutrients.
Mhm.
And you got to keep them alive while they absorb that nutrients. So kind of like if we could make a medical IV drip or put a bunch of lay on hands on a person while that was happening, we could
Mechanically speaking, what you would need to do is keep their HP above 0 while their body is detoxifying. And that's
I
that's
can do
about
that
it.
if you need it.
What if here's a question. What if could it be used as, because bear in mind I don't know much about potion stuff. Could it be used as fertilizer for crops so that it's kind of a gradual antidote while they're also being fed?
I don't think that's how crops work.
Well, mixing it with, water and stuff. So it dilutes it a bit, but then it spreads it further.
Well, the big thing isn't the detoxicant will aid in making sure that people are, able to get off this stuff. But the big thing is stopping them from taking this stuff in the first place. But as soon as they stop taking this stuff, their body's going to shut down.
Right.
Oh yeah, do we know what it's made out of? The original,
Yes, I have a decent idea of what it's made from.
Do tell, pretty please.
All right. Well, there's a variety of ingredients. There's a flame root. There's a little bit of grasp of vine seedlings in here. There's some dragon bone dust. There's a lot of maybe about 12 or 15 different ingredients that are all mixed together to make this. Some I wasn't able to identify, but I know most of it.
This is a pretty complex and expensive mixture then.
Oh,
You wouldn't be
yes.
able to just source these parts easily.
Not unless you knew where to look for them.
How long would it take to synthesize a new batch if you, per se, had yours destroyed?
Oh, getting all the ingredients, making sure that everything is in place with distillation, powdering. Probably at least 2 weeks minimum if you had all the ingredients on hand. If you didn't, maybe a couple of months.
Okay.
That's a good window to kill this guy in. I mean,
I heard nothing. Don't worry.
that's right. I flick him 1 gold piece.
I heard exactly nothing. And he pockets
Thank
the
you,
gold
good
piece.
sir. Like, I mean, this guy also knows that we're trying to get rid of a guy who's feeding almost an entire
I
town.
mean, if it makes you
drugs.
feel any better about shutting your mouth, we are killing someone who's getting people addicted to drugs. And he's an assassin,
If anybody asks, I don't have to say anything because I heard nothing.
You are so
That's right, you
good.
did.
My
I flipped him
flipper.
another gold
Give a
piece.
gold coin.
Thank you very much. Do you want how many vials of this stuff do you want?
As many
Roughly
as
how many townspeople did we see? Like, was it 30
You
plus?
saw
Was it...
between 40 and 50, maybe.
How much would we have to pay you to double that dose? Can you get any of the other like alchemists in town on it?
Well, I can make you 15 vials at the moment. But that's where I run out of ingredients. If you happen to know where I can find some, it's an ingredient used in haste potions, a mushroom of some sort, but it's annoyingly difficult to get.
Why does that sound familiar?
Can I use a nature check to see if Hickory knows
Sure,
where it is?
roll me a nature check.
I mean, the mildly like bread I might have.
Can I roll either a history or an intelligence? Because I feel like we've seen this mushroom before.
Sure.
It
You
sounds
give me
familiar.
that.
For some reason, my roll is not under Hickory's name, but it is
That's
a
fine.
22.
Don't worry.
Feels fire.
22. You would be familiar with this. These are known as lightning shrooms. Lightning shrooms grow in a variety of swamps around the sort of Radavian continent. In fact, you would know about lightning shrooms because you used to live in a swamp where they grew. Lightning shrooms are one of the basis for a variety of items that you want to be fast acting, basically. So speed healing potions, haste potions, that sort of thing. Anything that you need to act quickly, to go through a body very quickly, lightning shrooms are usually a partial ingredient for that sort of thing. Librarian, yeah, you know about lightning shrooms. Horace picked some when you were going through the swamp for
Did Horace ever leave possessions with us in any way, shape, or form? I can't remember.
Which Horace?
The not donkey Horace, the one that had opposable thumbs and could pick mushrooms. Well, opposable feathers, I guess.
Yeah, close.
Well, Horace, I believe, left a few items with you.
I don't know what Horace is up to these days. Just kind of ponders.
Just smash cut to like a tavern somewhere and they're like fighting beetles or something with tiny little rapiers.
Wow.
They gotta make that gold back that they spent on the new rapier they got.
Fair. I wonder how the donkey's doing. I don't even remember why we left the donkey.
Horace took the donkey. And we lost both Horaces that day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Not my favorite memory, but yeah.
And I'm just imagining Horace, the Kenku, riding Horace the donkey off into the sunset.
It's a very slow ride into the sunset that donkey cannot carry along.
Would it stand to reason, since I'm like Hickory's from the swamp area and there's usually trees in the swamp area, so he'd be familiar with them, that he could use tree stride to go quickly to the swamp to then come back with mushrooms.
if you can find a tree, sure.
If we can get a tree around.
Horace.
I'd like to remind you we are in a desert.
I know, that's the one thing. Maybe there's
Does a palm tree
There's a
count?
palm
Actually,
Little
are we
oasis.
like an oasis? Yeah, like cities and deserts are normally around oases because of the water, right? So maybe there's a tree.
Maybe.
Yeah, there'll be a palm tree somewhere. Sure.
Okay, so the only thing that Horace left with you guys was a ring.
Do we know what the ring does?
I open the little ring and there's a portrait of two birds. One's like a crow and another one's a pigeon. It's just like my mother and father inscribed.
No, the ring it's a small silver platinum maybe band with 7 small indents in the top of it. That is filled by, like, one of those indents is filled by a little amethyst type crystal.
Oh.
That you guys have had for, well, you guys found the ring just randomly, and you found the crystal because someone was using it to essentially enchant people. Like they were using essentially like domination spells through that sort of little crystal, and it slotted nicely into the ring, and yeah.
Oh.
And the ring itself, you stored in the World Tome, which has been in your backpack for ages, as far as I'm aware, librarian.
Oh yeah, that book.
The what?
The World Tome.
Can I like try and read that right now?
Yeah, you can pop it open. Like you open up the book. It's this very heavy, fancy-looking book with this deep, sort of blue-ish cover and these gold accents on it. You open it up. Most of the pages are blank, but on the first page there is a depiction of a ring on that page, and since you can comprehend most languages, librarian, you can see that on that page is a small description of a item called the Ring of Seven Sins.
Well, I don't think this sexy ring is going to help me. I closed the book.
How much magic does that one book have?
Yes.
Yes.
You've had that this whole time?
Yes.
Hickory turns to the alchemist and says, "I believe I can procure you some of those mushrooms. Is there anything else that you needed for ingredients?"
No, just the mushrooms, really. They're kind of hard to find.
Okay. Hickory is going to immediately exit the shop and see if he can find a tree.
Okay, roll me an investigation check to see if you can find a tree in the middle of a city in the middle of a desert.
Okay.
There's one.
Oh, you can do it, Bo.
There's literally one behind the building.
Those trees don't exist. Ignore them.
Ignore those.
Uh-huh.
They're too small.
Yeah. 12.
It takes you the better part of an afternoon to find a tree that isn't, like, incredibly spindly or mostly dead. But you do eventually find one that is relatively okay, manageable to actually, like, go through. Now, what is the spell that you're trying to use here, Hickory?
Tree stride.
Tree Stride. What is the range on Tree Stride?
Let me double check really quickly. I don't remember if it had a range listed.
Well, that's what I want to find out.
Yes. Hang on. 500 feet.
Right. Okay. So the
And
swamp.
I instantly know the location of all trees of the same kind within 5.
Okay, fair enough. The swamp that you are familiar with is about 250 miles away.
Okay.
However, because tell you what, let's make this fair. I will allow you to make an Arcana check to attempt connection to that swamp. Using Tree Stride as your spell conduit, essentially.
Okay. $16.
You kneel down in front of this tree, put your hand on its bark, and attempt to connect to your home, to the place where you gained sentience. A swamp far on the northern side of the Radavian Cragstead Mountains. You push your thoughts through into the soil, and while you can't push yourself through to that place, on a 16, the swamp that is your home responds, and you can't reach it, not at this distance. But maybe you can try and bring something back. I would like you to make me a nature check.
He's a scarecrow. He should be good at these.
I got a +12, so we'll see. Yes.
Yep.
22.
Another 22, okay. As you sit there, you pull the essence of the swamp through to this side of the tree, and around the base, a small crop of mushrooms start to grow. As you use Tree Stride in a way that is not intended, but essentially what you've done is you've taken the space that would normally take you and you've laid it out flat and lengthened it so that instead of it taking you somewhere, you are bringing something else to you, but much smaller. You managed to get a small crop of lightning shrooms on the base of this tree.
Hickory will quickly and carefully pick those mushrooms, gather them up in his arms, and make his way back to the shop. And hopefully it is still open at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it took you a couple of hours. What have the rest of you been doing in the meantime?
Yeah.
Kicking rocks. No, Prod has finished writing his ballad.
Oh?
Which I shall read to you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next time. I'll write a ballad for Caliste.
I will need you to roll me a performance check on that as well.
Not right now.
No,
Right now.
We'll use the
write
roll
it.
later.
I need to roll right now.
You need to roll me a performance check right now, and the ballad needs to suit that performance check.
Okay, by the way, I'm rolling with advantage because I've got actor,
Okay.
and my performance is +7.
Go for
Okay.
it. You better
You
write a
must
damn
yourself.
good ballad.
So that's
Okay.
16.
16.
You had advantage and your best was a 9?
Apparently.
Okay, so you need to roll a ballad worth. You need to write a ballad worth a 16 performance check, Elfie.
Okay.
That's your homework.
Writing it down.
Okay.
Prod, I might need some religious advice, I guess.
All right, I've got the conversion papers right here.
Okay, well, I had a word with Invict, because I thought we were leaving today, and basically, looks like I'll be losing most of my knowledge from the past, like, 30 years. If we kill Vox, but I'll get to be a dragon then, but not until we kill Vox. So,
So, wait, but wasn't the whole point of the dragon to kill Vox?
yeah, that's why I think I got screwed over. My question then is, what exactly happens if I don't follow through on that, or if I'm a dragon first, or something? Maybe we'll find something at that village, I don't know. Is there much precedent for cheesing a deal with a god, or...
I cheesed the god into a deal, and that hasn't blown up for me yet.
Yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay, I'm a religious guy, and I would never do anything to annoy my god. Well, I might, but only if she finds it cute. So, screwing over my, doesn't seem advisable. When you make a deal with a god, it's very hard to undo that deal, as is the problem with most deals with gods. Unless they just kind of find you boring enough to forget about the deal, or the deal doesn't really benefit them either way. I feel like you just made a lose-lose deal.
Like I said, it wasn't my best bargains.
You like roll it back.
Can I come with you and we can rediscuss? Because I feel like he took advantage of a child here.
Did you
know
have
what
a
I mean?
lawyer present when you made?
How old are you in dwarf years?
I was of birthing age. I was age of majority.
Don't like the look of these contract conditions. Nope.
None of that.
I mean,
I think my religious advice is you done fucked up and need to get a magical lawyer.
I mean, we could go back to the temple and you can have a word. I don't know that it would do anything. Invict seemed kind of dismissive, I guess. It seemed pretty hefty on the, like, mortals don't really matter kind of thing. And also, like, Callis basically being dead at this point also doesn't really matter. It's, like,
I mean, that's their opinion, you know?
He didn't seem very invested in anything.
She's not
don't
dead,
cry.
she's just sleeping. How dare you?
Yes, that which is eternal can forever lie. He seemed kind of almost suicidal, from what I could work out.
Oh.
Like, he mentioned that for some gods, death is a kind of a welcome thing, essentially.
Well, he was more.
I don't know
I can
about
see how
you,
he
but
could
I
be.
don't fucking have time for a deity's mid-eon crisis. The entirety of, like, material creation is at stake.
Yeah, he didn't seem too fussed about that, honestly, which was a bit surprising. Just, he seemed very jaded, I guess would be the way to put it.
I mean, from what we've learnt about them so far, they were pretty much just people that came into massive amounts of power that changed them and altered their whatever we can define as a psyche far beyond our limited perceptions of things like time and space, but also at the same time, can they stop being fucking stupid?
I mean, he simultaneously described bringing resculpting to literally all of dwarven kind as being like a drop in the bucket to his domain, but also he wasn't willing to spare so much as a drop in a bucket to help us out. So
I think he might have been lying about how much power he actually has.
he did seem pretty messed up physically. Like like, not even half of his like feathers are actual feathers. They're mostly metal.
Well, that's just badass.
It seems, I don't know, he might have been afraid of something. I couldn't really make it out.
Uh-huh.
But it was late at night and I'd already exhausted all my
Do
other
we have
options, so
the ring of infinite
Boundless
Defenestration.
defenestration, yes.
Boundless
yes.
defenestration. We could technically, I mean, in theory, breach the gate.
yeah, we're going to need that to go fight Vox, aren't we?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if. Okay, here's my idea. We spy on the gods for a little bit. We open up a little. Someone does a little pray. We open up that connection line. Someone hops through, but with like a rope attached. And then when
You
they've done their own
suggesting we
praying-
bug our
Isn't that-
prayers?
Isn't that a little bit like sneaking into someone's house with a fog light?
Just let me cook
I think
here.
they'll notice.
I mean, I have another suggestion that might be worth something.
No one ever listens to
Vox was a paranoid piece of shit
Ah.
and went to war with the literal gods. I feel like he was spying on them already.
You saying there might be a window in the library where we could just look into what the gods are doing?
I'm saying the observatorium probably has fucking observers in heaven.
Oh. Yeah, probably.
Or at least records.
I liked my idea with the rope and the going and the praying.
I mean, still pray. We can still pray while we do malicious surveillance on a deity that could squash us like a bug. We can do that.
I mean, all of them could do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, let's do your good idea.
Also, half the things we've killed could have done that at various points.
That's true. And we killed them. We squashed them like bugs. Because we're the bug squashers.
Can I
New
make an
team name,
insight check?
guys!
DM,
Mm-hmm.
how much does the librarian know about the limits of divinity in the mortal realm and the gate's purpose at limiting them?
Roll me either history or religion. Pick one, and I'll give you an answer dependent.
Yeah, I will roll history. Is it 16? Damn.
Okay. Not terrible. Divinity. You know what most people know, which is that when the gods created the divine gate, the majority of divinity was sealed behind it. It made it so that most of the people who could wield divine magic back then, it took it away, and it essentially made it so that only people who were dedicated to the gods themselves, or in some situations, the opposites of the gods, so the Titans, the Titans primordial, could wield divine magic, or primordial magic, depending on how you want to view it. It essentially meant that divine magic went from a resource that everybody could access to a resource that was gated behind faith and belief. But it also meant that the gods in general went from being ever present in everyone's lives to being an echo of a whisper, unless they were talking to someone of quote-unquote true faith. That's what you are familiar with. You're not entirely certain about the abilities of gods to transfer into the mortal world. It's possible. You're pretty certain you've seen a god in mortal form at least once, but at the same time, not certain because gods in disguise are kinda hard to find. It's kind of the point.
But there must be, like, records of punishments against non-believers and stuff like that. Like, whether or not they're true or not can be put down to, like, the evidence of what happened, right? So say someone struck down by lightning. Was that God, or is it something else?
Records of... Okay. Records of punishment against non-believers, yes. Those did happen, mainly perpetrated by mortals? Like, most of the records of punishment against non-believers are mainly like, oh yeah, no, X-priest said Y thing and then got beheaded by a bishop.
Yeah, so there's not really anything in the record about actual acts of divinity striking down people that have pissed off the gods.
There are myths, is what I'll say. On a 16, you know that there are myths that people were struck down or smited by great lightning and all of that sort of thing. But it's always second or third hand accounts. Like, a friend of my mother, of my, etc., told me this. But it's never first-hand accounts of, yeah, I got struck by fucking lightning because the gods hate me. Well, okay,
Yeah.
no. There's at least one or two of those, but most of those are decreed as quite insane, and also they survived, so, you know.
Like, we've seen manifestation of someone that can cross into the material plane. We've seen Vox do some shit. But the majority of divine interactions that we have had as a group seem to mostly be pomp and circumstance of, like, they are putting up a large front. They are imposing. They don't seem to be able to actually do much in the material plane, though.
I mean, do I have much more I could really lose from you guys having a word with a god on my behalf?
Terms could change, I guess.
I don't even know if that's the type of terms that can change, but... I'm willing to give it a shot. If we can get any kind of advantage over Vox, though, we kind of need it, I think.
Yep.
I'm not saying me being bigger and scalier is going to necessarily tip the scales, but it wouldn't hurt.
It would be cool to look at.
I'm already
Definitely would be that.
Sure. All right. Well, let me show you where the temple is, I guess, at the very least.
Okay.
Where is the temple on this map?
There is no temple on this map.
Okay, I
Yeah.
lead the way to the Temple of Invict.
Yes. You lead the way to the foundry that acts as a sort of temple. Okay. Who wants to attempt this?
Hang on, let me quickly... Hang on. All right, my persuasion is a +2.
I have a
But
plus 11 to persuade.
Okay,
Okay, so I think
13,
you-
but
I
think
plus
you
nothing,
should
so
So I think maybe the librarian could do talking, especially because you are like, even though Invict, like, oh yeah, everyone's a bug beneath me, all mortals are the same. You are kind of maybe like a little bit more like a god than the rest of us, so maybe you'd have more
That's
sway.
But yeah. I mean, I think we all met in Vic before as well, didn't we?
briefly.
You
At
did.
the library.
Briefly at the
Yeah,
library.
and I at least came...
He was behind the reception desk.
Yeah. I came to him, like, semi-respectfully, initially, if I remember correctly, after he, like, lambasted me for something.
Damn.
So I'm happy to talk to him.
Well, trying to speak to him like an equal didn't work out too well for me, so...
Yeah. Go for
Right,
it,
well-
Boo!
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Roll me a religion check.
That is an 11.
You
Can I help on this? I'm religious.
can help, yes, Prod.
But have advantage on that, my love.
Okay, another religion. It's worse, it's a 10.
Rolling really mediocre tonight,
Okay.
apparently.
I'm not good at religion.
I mean, neither am I, and somehow...
You sit down, kneel in front of the anvil that makes up the altar in this foundry, and you pray. What is the librarian's conviction in the gods like?
I think they serve like a very important place in people's lives. He's been an semi-agnostic believer because of his father being an artificer and praying to like the god of crafts. But even though they hold a place in his familiar life, he doesn't worship any specific one with devotion.
Okay. So would you say not as much conviction as an actual believer, essentially?
Probably not. Like, he knows and acknowledges they exist. He doesn't revere them.
Yeah. Prayer doesn't come easily to you. It's not something you're used to doing. As you sit in this hot, stuffy foundry, the smell of metal and of sweat, it feels like you're trying to reach out and pick up a bar of molten steel. It's like trying to grab something that actively is repelling your advances. It's like...
Know how that feels, boys.
It's like you're attempting to pick up a bar of soap, and every time you pick it up, it just slips out of your grasp. You sit there for a good 20, 30 minutes, silently trying to get into the headspace to pray, and every time it feels like it slips away. Prayer is not something that comes naturally to you. It is difficult at the best of times, and in this space, with the forges and the heat and the sweat and the smell of burning wood and coal, it just doesn't work. It feels wrong.
Can I ask if I can make an intelligence saving throw?
Sure. What are you?
I want to see if I can remember the prayer my father did.
The crafter's prayer. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
As an 18.
Yeah, the crafter's prayer is a prayer to Invic. This is true. As you sit there contemplating in this stifling heat, it's faint. It's a blessing. It's not necessarily a prayer, but it is a request for something to work right. The blessing that metal should cool and not crack, that pottery should be smooth and even, the desire for carpentry to not split. Small things. Small things that gods can affect, or that people believe that gods can affect, even though realistically it's probably just a person with the right eye picking the right type of wood, or with the right timing, the right sense of how much heat a piece of metal needs and how long it takes to quench. Little things is what that prayer is generally for, but it's useful because it takes blame for something going wrong out of someone's hand. It's, I pray to this god to help me make this work, and if it doesn't work, then, well, maybe it wasn't my fault, sort of thing.
Okay. Do I feel anything from this? Do I feel any sort of connection to Invect?
How long would you spend in this place, in front of this anvil, reciting these prayers in your mind?
I'll give it about an hour.
Now, okay. You kneel in front of the anvil for an hour. And it takes an hour to start to distinguish above the din of hammering, forging, quenching, one single note ringing clear. There is an anvil in front of you, but it's ancient. Nobody's used it in years. It's more of a presentation piece, and that's why it acts as an altar. But in the faintest distance, you could swear you could hear a hammer right in front of you, being swung down against a hot piece of metal on an anvil.
Invect, I would like to speak.
as you say this, the hammering distance pauses for a second. Or it restarts. But someone, something, is listening.
I don't know if it was out of boredom or apathy, but it seems you have given my friend an unfair deal. I was taught that you were a god that rewarded hard work. That if someone honed their craft, their ability to shape the material plane, you would reward that. Why have you changed?
Roll me an insight check.
$31.
Okay.
Fucking hell!
Bloody hell. Alright. You as you sit there, you say these words. The world around you continues on, but the noise, that hammering in the distance, stops entirely. And then you hear sound of a hammer dropping onto stone thing. Then crunch of footsteps. The sound of a clawed hand settling on glass. Suddenly you are no longer in the temple. You find your mind flying up, out into the empty blackness of nothing. And then suddenly you're in front of Invic. And he stands in front of his anvil in shadow. And stares down. His hand is lying against something. You stand on a platform maybe 20 feet away, and his hand is settled on a barrier. As you watch this glint in the dark, he shapes his oars and scrapes across this, what looks to be at first a glass glow. And as he does, golden sparks jump from his fingers. He looks at you. The world changes. The gods change. We do not change, die. We do change, die. Why should I care what happens to any? Why not me?
You're a god. Everyone is you.
I did not ask for this. And as you hear that, a wave of sound echoes around this space. The twin suns that you stand between flare in anger. We did not ask for this. Our term of service is long since overdue.
So you want release from the responsibility? From the pain?
From everything.
What
We
made
would not
existence
be
unworthy for you?
opposed. You watch as Invict's claws scrape across this invisible barrier as golden sparks jump. Time existence. We came, we saw, we conquered. In the name of mortality, in the name of divinity. But they always want scheming tools, always desiring every day. We
I think
cannot
I understand
let
you.
go.
When I was back in the city, when I was still an artificer, I obsessed over efficiencies and weapons, transport and logistics. Everything had to have a purpose. Everything we made should have a purpose, is what I was taught. But lately, I'm starting to see exactly what I think you can't anymore. There's beauty in change and usefulness and uselessness. I'm making things for myself. He gestures to the brooch on his lapel, and the little cat animates, purrs into his little index finger as he strokes it. I understand that it may seem like mortals are filled with infinite avarice, but they're also filled with infinite capacity for kindness and creativity. And the Invit that I was taught about, the one that I knew, loved that very aspect more than anything else.
Vic stands silent. Eventually, time is away. Things. And even a god's patience has limits.
If that's really what you've decided on as your answer, I guess the last thing I can do is beg you to reconsider your deal with my friend. Instead of taking his memories more from the material plane, showing the very avarice you despise in mortal kind, of always wanting more for less, why don't you let us end your suffering? If you don't want to be of service anymore. Let that be your reward. If we have to enter past the gate, we'll be in a position where we can end it for you.
Roll me a persuasion. The DC on this is 25.
Fuck. 22.
Don't have guidance or anything?
I do have
Could I guidance? Could I guidance?
Can
I
I
will-
guidance?
Oh, I can't guidance, but can I bless?
I will allow. I will allow that. Yeah.
Add a D4.
I was going to ask if you had an inspiration point as
Okay.
well, but you know.
4.
Yeah!
That's 26.
6. Okay. As you stand in this place, Invicta looks down on. You are magic and science to not. I
Yes.
bring you this bargain. You and your friend you will take my news. And one of the others will take the place of my sister. We do not wish to be on. It has been a long time since we felt existence beyond our control. But you must understand, this is not a undertaking. You may enjoy it for the first few centuries. After that, even our minds can get fragmented.
I can't speak for the others right now. Especially for something of such grand undertaking, but would you give me a day? It's nothing to you.
A day then. As he says this, consciousness pulled back into your body. You awaken to the sound of hammering. You find Todd's hand lying on your shoulder.
I don't even know if it's good or bad news. I have news.
Oh, I didn't get anything that time.
I spoke with Envy.
Good. You looked a bit panicked. I sort of blessed you. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, that was perfect. Probably needed that at a crucial time. I persuaded him to change the conditions of the deal, but
Okay.
I don't know if it's what we really want. If we want to change those conditions, the other one is we take him in his sister's place.
Just to be clear, DM, his sister is Calliste, right?
Yes.
Prod gets a nosebleed.
And do you want to step outside? I guess it's a bit warm in here.
Yeah, I'd also probably not like to talk about this around the followers of Invade.
Yeah, let's go for a walk.
Okay. He spoke about how he's grown apathetical of the material plane. Him and his sister, apparently. I mean, everything you've told me about Calliste, she's in love with mortal, like, idiosyncrasies and flaws and everything else, but from Invic's perspective, he's already dead. He's not living a life anymore. So I convinced him, I propositioned if that was really how he saw it, that we could end him once we passed the gate. We would have the power as beings that had crossed it that weren't divine. I presume there's some kind of limitation for interdivinity suicide pacts, where they need something to replace that force, so they just get reborn again and again, or some consequence would arise if there's not a force governing those portions of the universe. But we have a deity of our answer.
So Prod would take Calliste's place? Is that the plan here?
I mean, it just has to be two of us. I don't know who wants to ascend to godhood.
Prod's nose bleeds harder. He's like,
You want a potion for that?
I don't know. I think the presumption was that I would take Invic's place. I
mean, that
can't
makes
leave
sense.
Dulia.
But there's no one in this group who's like got Calliste's Vavavoom.
I can definitely think I think I've definitely encountered fewer people that could possibly fit that role.
She's
Rod, have you
that
been
not-
able to reach her?
Hang on, if Prod's replacing Calliste, if that's the idea,
again nosebleed.
does that mean Calliste D-I-E-S?
I
What are you guys saying?
it was unclear. I think Invict doesn't want to be part of any realm anymore. I can't speak for Calliste. I can't know what her mind is.
She always seemed quite happy. I mean, she is happy. She is happy. She likes the theater. She likes creativity. She's
Prod, give me
Yeah.
an insight check on God.
yeah.
Oh,
How, like, hedonism is a coping mechanism is she really?
yeah, maybe she's living vicariously.
Can
for
I
her
can I
followers.
have this with advantage, please? Because she
You
is my
may.
goddess. Thank
may.
you. Also, because my insight is 0. Come on, baby. That's an 8.
That's an 8. Yeah, no, I mean, Calliste is always enjoying mortal company, constantly. She has mortals all around her, all the time.
Yeah. She likes
the time.
She likes us. She likes me.
In fact,
She's
so much mortal company. Always. Never seen her in the company of any other gods.
Guys, I think I'm using my brain.
Oh no. Is that where the blood's coming from?
I need
Maybe.
to ready some healing spells.
It's okay, I can lay on hands myself. I don't understand how it works either. And then, Prod is gonna, like... I don't know. He's gonna draw his blades. Not, like, threateningly, but he's gonna draw them and then, like, hold them out in his palms and sort of focus on his goddess. And sort of really try and, like, think about she doesn't really like other gods very much. She really did in this mortality, didn't she? Oh no. But if I was a god and she wanted to be mortal, I would just let her.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's it. Maybe Invik doesn't really want to die. Maybe he wants to descend the mortal plane, or maybe they have two different reasons for leaving their posts.
I think we need to... I wish Callist was here so I could just fucking ask her.
Critical,
Although actually asking her what she wants is...
critical component of this proposal here. Does it help us any more than the existing one?
You still get your form.
Yeah, but like after we probably need it.
Yeah, but you
Like,
don't
to
lose
go-
your memories.
To go replace them would require us first dealing with Vox, and the whole point of that deal was to deal with Vox easier.
I mean, there's nothing stopping us from fulfilling the terms early.
Is there? How do
Two
we...
gods versus one.
Actually, no, I don't understand that one. Can you explain that slower?
If we traveled through the gate and fulfilled the condition for them early, we swapped with them. We would presumably inherit all the powers of the domain. We wouldn't be mortal anymore, but we would have at least quite a bit more firepower than we currently have. The only issue is I think we would be bound by the constraints of the gate. We wouldn't be able to affect the mortal plane. At least in the same way that we know how we can right now. When I was speaking with Invect, he was scratching up against it. As if he couldn't do anything, but he wanted to.
I think we need to break the divine... Not break it, but just open the divine gate more. Let them flood through.
What I will
If
say, Librarian, when Invictus was scratching up against that invisible barrier, the sparks that were bouncing off it were bouncing through it as well. So they were coming through to your side, but he himself wasn't.
Yeah, they can, like, influence by proxy. There's a certain amount that can slip through. I don't think this helps us. I really want to say I could take his place for the betterment of this group, of this world, but I can't leave my daughter again.
Maybe it could help you save her?
Not if they're restricted by the gate.
She has spent her whole life mixed up with divine energy and depersonalized. I just want her to have a normal childhood. Or a normal life if I can't give her that.
You're a good father.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it.
Okay, so let's put this on the back burner for a minute, for the time being. If we go to the village and we try to solve that problem, historically speaking, there's a half-decent chance we find something that fits the bill that we need anyways.
Alright. Let's do it.
And then maybe we don't have to worry about that deal at all. Maybe we kill Vox and I just become especially dragon, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to force us into divine constraints. That's silly. If we don't need to, we might be able to do this on our own.
Decades of memories of, like, institutional knowledge being lost is not remotely close to the kind of cost that would be incurred by losing you two. Or anybody here.
Let's keep it in our back pocket.
I will only do what Callista wants. I don't know if she wants this. And until I can ask her, I'm not going to take a word from even her brother, who I've never seen her even talk to.
Now that you mention it, I think, yeah, the only people we've heard were like in the back of you talking with them, weren't they? It was, Metno.
Yeah.
Laughing, but not...
Oh, she was
really
laughing
firm,
at
but-
Netno. Laughing at
Oh,
someone
yeah.
and talking to them are very different things.
Also, I had an idea about how to potentially put you in contact with Callista. When I speak with Dulia, I use a interplanar spell that kind of channels a link between us. It works between here and the library. It might work between here and the gate, the celestial realm, whatever you want to call it.
It's not... I know... She currently doesn't exist. My goddess currently doesn't exist. She is just a memory bouncing around in a body that used to be hers. And even if I connected to that realm, all I would get is Vox looking back at me. I know this. So
Okay.
I appreciate the offer, but I don't want to see my goddess anything but herself.
Okay then.
Thank you, though. Thank you.
The town. What are we going to do at the town?
Adventure!
We gave the mushrooms from Hickory. We are waiting on some dosages. What else can we do?
Well, we could go there and start trying to hunt down and destroy the way... Oh, what the fuck is their name? The assassin's stockpile of
Evan
evil goop.
Lorne.
Oh, the drug.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's get rid of that. Let's kill that drug. Let's shoot the drug.
What happens if we get rid of the drug too early? They need it currently to survive, and we don't have any antidotes.
Well, we do. We have 15 vials, right?
They ready right now? I thought we just...
I thought that was...
He said they'd be ready this afternoon.
Okay, so we have them this
Right.
afternoon. We can at least get 13 members.
He said he can get you 30 vials this afternoon now that he has the mushroom.
Oh, which means that's
60 doses.
60 dosage, more than enough for the townsfolk, and a couple extra to go around.
Exactly. So, let's TP on over there and try and destroy that goop.
Okay, I have the library door to get us over there, and I have an emergency in my back pocket to get us out.
Sexy, let's do it.
You guys want to pick up the vials first? Wait for that? Or...
Yeah, let's get the vials.
Yeah.
Sounds good to
We'll
me.
prepare, shine my sword.
Do we have an idea of how we're going to heal them after we detox them? I have one spell that might work. I have Aura of Vitality, which, if they're within 30 feet of me, I can just keep healing them for about a minute.
I have. Yeah, I have a couple of auras as well. Hang on. Scrolling. I have Cleansing Touch. Hang on. I can. Oh, wait, no, that's a spell thing. Never mind. Apologies.
I've got Cure Wounds, but I don't know how helpful that's going to be.
Anything helps, honestly.
Yeah.
You just need to keep their hit points above 0 or stabilize them.
I'm generally quite focused on the opposite, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we could buy some quick and easy healing potions?
Oh, wait. Of course. If we're looking for something that can stabilize or keep someone alive in the pinch, there's probably a magic item that does that. It would most likely be used in like a war or something if someone was dying and they would put it in a med tent. I know someone that does artifice in town. I did some work for them.
Oh, right, yeah, that girl.
That woman. Thank
Sure.
you very much. Lady. Anyway, let's go see Madam.
Madam,
Okay.
okay, right.
Ayo.
Mama
This man is
Era. Yes. You
Oh,
head
is
over
this the
to
first time Prod's ever actually met her?
Yes,
yeah,
I
Prod's
can't
gonna
wait for
wonder.
this.
Oh,
I believe
I'm
it
gonna be
is.
insufferable, guys.
You all venture up into the bazaar, and you come to this stall with an array of various powders and potions and little trinkets. And behind the counter of this stall is a woman in her late 50s-ish, with slightly graying hair, dark skin, a heavy shawl over her shoulders, who stands up, and she's about like 5'9"-ish in height. Stands up, looks at you all, looks at you, librarian, and goes, "Ah, well, come in, my darling, my best customer, and my best employee as well. What can I do for you, lovelies?"
Prod's jaw is on the floor.
To see Prod catatonic on the floor, just frothing at the mouth, because the woman that radiates the most MILF energy on the material plane has just been presented before them.
Mama Era is, to your view, Prod, she, as I said, 5'9", dark skin, long, slightly graying hair, but originally this rich nut brown color. She is wearing this heavy shawl over her shoulders. She's got this beautiful, slightly low-cut bodice dress that's in this sort of really shining emerald green. That also, as you're sort of taking all of this in, she steps around the stall as she sort of claps a hand on the librarian's shoulder, and you notice that the dress ends on one side just above the knee and then cuts to lower on the other side, so it ends at around the ankle on the other side, so one leg is this just vast expanse of chocolate skin. And she's wearing these sort of slightly jeweled sandals as well. And she has rings and bangles galore across her body. And I would like you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, he's not that wise. Can I elect to fail?
You can elect to fail if you would like.
No, I'll try. Saving throw?
Saving throw.
Somehow that's a 22.
Wow! Okay.
Rare occasion.
Rare occasion. Prod, your every single sense in your body is telling you yes, 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 yes. And you manage to reel that in with your brain very slightly and be like, not right now! Not right now!
It's like Lulu's like just taking a peek into my brain sometimes. Prod sort of gulps and steps forward as she's embracing the librarian and sort of goes, "It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
She turns her dark eyes on you, these sort of very deep brown, almost black, like almost pure black eyes on you, as she's wearing eyeliner and very slight hints of makeup, but mostly very much a woman who doesn't really care for it, but just uses it as very slight accents to her facial features. And she turns to you and says, "Oh, what a strapping young man."
Prod wills the nosebleed not to come back.
We have a crafting project that we need to be done fairly soon.
To business, then. Business before pleasure, after all, she says, eyeing Prod up and down.
Shaking in his boots. He's clanking around in that armor.
Mama Era sweeps back behind the counter, one arm under a shawl. But as she sweeps, one side of her shawl falls off her shoulder, exposing more skin and very slight hints of where the strap on her dress has just slightly moved, and you can just see the tan outline of it as she looks
Prod
at you,
leaves.
Prod.
I gotta sit down. I'm gonna get some air. I'll be right back.
Prod
on
sprints.
his way out.
Prod sprints as Mama Era turns to you, Darren, and says, "Well, what can I do for you?"
We have a little bit of a humanitarian crisis to clean up, and we need something that can medically stabilize a group of people within an area. Do you know of anything like that?
Well,
Maybe some like old soldier supplies, like incense that stops people just passing the threshold or something. We need like a mass medical care thing.
Mama Era thinks for a moment. Yes. Yes, I think I might have something that could. One moment. And she grabs a small box down off a shelf behind her, pulls a couple of objects out, and then pulls an egg out. This is one use. Radius 30 feet. It will... How familiar are you with divine spells?
I'm not really a caster for the most part.
There is a spell called Spare the Dying. It is mostly used by clerics and paladins, sort of thing. This egg casts that spell when smashed, and it casts it on everybody within 30. It's very old. It used to be used on battlefields. There aren't many of these left. They are...
Which means it's going to be expensive.
Yes. They are rare, they are expensive, they are very, very difficult to craft. And they are only to be used in the most dire of circumstances, where they benefit the most people.
How much?
Why do you want it?
We need to save a village of people that have been drugged by a maniac assassin.
And in the process of curing them, it's going
Roll
to
me a
kill them.
persuasion check, librarian.
Can I help?
Sure.
Me.
I love being overly honest. It's great.
I wish it worked out more often.
It's a 19.
That's with advantage?
Oh, sorry, not with advantage. I will roll again. That's a 28.
28. Well, that's as good as reason as any. Tell you what. I'll give it to you on credit.
Mama Era, you have a business to run.
I have a business to run, and I've owned this egg for 10 years.
Okay, I'll come back to work for you every so often. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
For free.
I like it. And tell your, young armored friend to come by sometime as well. Hmm? And she hands you the egg.
It would be
You hear
hard
him
pressed to
coughing.
make him stay away.
Is that what it's like when people are falling over me?
I've always had a thing for green skin.
Ew.
Oh my.
I'm not sure what to do with that comment.
Well, you're
I'd
blue.
file it away for someone else.
Prod rounds the corner back in, looking like he's just done like 10 press-ups or like 20 press-ups, just like get that energy out. Okay,
Oh, look, it's
we
someone
done,
else.
done with business?
Yep,
Guys, lads, gang, team,
bro.
bro,
Calm down, Proud.
I'm calm.
Prod, your abs are quivering.
Okay, let's go meet up with everybody else at the tavern. Prod, are you coming?
As-
Yeah, 1 second. Just 1 sec. I'll meet you guys there. I'll be half an hour tops.
I understand, Mama
Era.
Era, don't break him.
Mama Era sort of puts a hand on her counter in front of her. You hear the rings clink, 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 clink as they hit the wood. And she turns to you, Prod, and says, "Business done. Time for some pleasure."
Fade to black, please.
Fade to black. As four of you leave, Prod, you enjoy an interesting afternoon with Mama Era.
Look. Actually, I have nothing to say after that. That's
Yeah, no, you don't.
There's no
I'm not.
defense.
There is no defense. Yeah.
I know people say that like Darren has been especially horny, but Darren has never had to make a will save against hot woman.
2.5 hours later, Prod
Wow.
walks into the inn, hair disheveled, armor not quite buckled up correctly. The bandages of judgment have grown an extra 3 feet.
Oh.
How is Prod
Some
feeling,
point, though.
Elfie?
Hang on, wait, the bandages?
Mm-hmm. The bandages that record all the things you've done in your life.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Lord, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're seeing Prod the Sex Ciphers written down for everybody to see.
Not
Yeah,
in
you
like
have to
not
look
really
close.
small.
Why
not
is
in
it
so many
sad?
words, and it is like mostly hidden under the armor. But yeah, basically.
He's considering copying it letter for letter into a journal that he can reread. He's going, hi, can I say he's down 10 hit points?
Sure,
Down for
Elfie.
something, right?
Sure. Prod is missing 10. Actually, no, you know what? Roll me 2d12.
Mama, air!
Did you hit him with a warm hammer or something?
Oh God.
I
9.
love my little
9
tool in the
points.
bedroom and brings out a fucking mace.
You are down 9 points, Prod.
Okay. That's not right. Sorry. There we go. That was... We, You know what, let's just
I'm
go to
more
the
than
village.
200 years old, you fucked.
What?
I had a lot of time to read erotica back then. I know all of the moves.
Hang on, sorry. No, I didn't hear what you said the first time.
Oh, I'm over 200 years old. I know that you fucked.
No, the librarian definitely fucks. He has a fucking daughter.
I have a whole I'm gay. It's an adopted. They're adopted. Forgot that Elf Mpreg existed. I'm sorry, Elfie. Let me not ruin your fanfiction.
Hey,
Oh,
DM.
God.
Hey, DM.
That's not-
Does Mpreg exist in this world?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh,
I'm so glad we're asking the important questions finally. Like, why are the gods sad? Does Elf Mpreg exist?
they warned me tall men will.
Oh, that's a 5, baby.
You know, men can get pregnant, probably.
It's happened to me a couple of times.
Oh,
Sorry, what?
Rod's
I've
trans.
been,
That
I've
part
been
I
so
already
happy
knew.
this session, and also so unhappy this session.
Look, it's
I'm
April
sorry
Fool's, we
for
gotta
the
make it
roundabout
weird.
and the swings of the seesaw that I've thrown you all on.
anyone just kind of buries his face in the sandwich he's currently eating.
Let's get moving before this gets any more awkward.
Too late.
It can still get worse.
You just hear a mumbling.
Let's
from
go
the
save
bread.
the town, gang.
Yeah, it was a business deal. We did a good business. We did a really good business. We should go. Look, one of my.
Seems like they had you really pegged as a good customer. Emphasis on the pegged.
You can hear from a sandwich.
We're leaving Arcus, get the portal, or whatever it is. We're leaving.
Oh, the portal's been ready, and I just opened the closest door on the shelf, and it's just been open to the library.
And we go through.
You guys pick up the 60 vials of detoxicant and you head into the library. And that where we're going to leave it for today, everybody. It's been fun. We all love Mama Era. She's a wonderful character.
Mama Eric can get it.
So,
Did.
thank you all very much for joining us this evening. I hope you all had fun. I certainly did. We do love getting back into our little D&D session. That That flew by. Right. We are going to... Let's see. Is anybody live at the moment?
Wasted's just gone live.
Wasted has gone live. All right.
Yeah.
Wasted is probably looking at fish. Let's go look at a fish tank. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everybody. Thank you all very much for watching. We will be back... well, this group will be back in 2 weeks' time to find out what happens in Thistledown. For now, ladies and gentlemen, very much for watching. We shall see you all next time. And, of course, is it Wednesday yet?
Shameless. Utterly shameless.